Well, Democratic nominee Joe Biden gave perhaps the most important speech of his entire life last night in Delaware as he accepted his party's nomination for president.
And this morning, we're looking at the highlights and what we can expect from the Republican National Convention next week. Our Joe St. George brings us the latest from Washington.
If you entrust me with the presidency, I will draw on the best of us, not the worst. I will be an ally of the light, not the darkness.
Joe Biden speaks to the nation, the Democratic nominee for president with the biggest speech of his political career.
Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect us.
Biden taking on President Trump, outlining his policy position that he'd issue a nationwide mask order if elected. But the night also featured something Biden isn't afraid to talk about: loss. He spoke to those who have lost someone during this pandemic.
Your loved one may have left this earth, but they'll never leave your heart.
As a sign of the times, Biden only hugging his wife inside the hall after the speech. But both Biden and vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris went outside afterwards to greet supporters in their cars and to briefly watch fireworks, wearing masks. The final night of the virtual DNC seemed to have a little bit of everything.
30330. That would be the president's golf score if he didn't cheat.
Comedy by the moderator.
Stutter.
Emotion with the story of a young boy who, like Joe Biden, struggles with a stutter. The focus now, though, shifting to the Republicans. President Trump's convention begins on Monday. Campaign spokesman Hogan Gidley telling us they'll be ready with plenty of surprises.
We saw what the Democrats did, but that's not necessarily going to affect what we had planned to do all along. This president, if we know anything about him, he knows how to put on a production.
In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.